Hello everyone, this is Omni, doing a review on a set that we recently built, which is set number 7-1... Sorry, I just drew a blank. I don't know what the heck that was. 7154, Mateo and Z-Blob. It is 239 pieces, 1999, released 2023, so last year. And this is for all my my AFOLs that were curious about the Dreams sets. They're interesting. And of course, we did do Izzy the Narwhal, which released this year, so it was the second wave, or third wave, I guess, technically, of Dreams. So I started out with a newer update, so it was a little weird. But I can see that they definitely did improve, so I'm going to comment on things that they didn't do so well on. The set overall is 7 out of 10. Because the set, so these two sets, along with Izzy and Bunchu the Bunny, were kind of an introduction to the Dreams theme, and I think it was also supposed to be for like new builders to kind of get into LEGO. Which, there's two things that I think they missed on that. I have ADHD, and it's not like something that's surprising. It's just what I have. And I realized that there's not a whole ton of like art in between. Like, there's a lot of art of when it changes over to sections, like when it's like, okay, now you get to build the gun, or here where it's like, now you get to choose which choose which path you want to go to, or the characters. So that's really cool. That's really cool. That kind of keeps me in attention span. But there's nothing really. It's pretty like, I don't know. Oh. It's a pretty simple build, so there's not like a lot you can do to keep attention. You should just be. Oh my god. We'll talk about that in a second as well. But I figure that like they could have added more art in between the pages and stuff, or like story, because that's what I thought this was gonna be, like the Izzy one, where like there's like a lot of story that goes with it. But that's fine. That's fine. It's a beginner set, so understandably doesn't really have that much art, so that's fine. But there's that, like I said, they did fix it. We did see in Izzy's there's like art a little more throughout. There's this, and then there is another one in here in between. Anyway, they could have made it a little more interesting, but it's fine. It was fine. It was a fine build. It wasn't like the best. The other thing though that I think they could have really helped do was a brick separator. I don't know how many times there were like things where I was like, oh man, I accidentally put a stud too high or a stud too under, and I was like, if I didn't have a million of these, I would not know how to separate those. I would have to use my teeth or something. Which I was saying, AFOLs, we have a million of these, right? But like, what if it's a guy that's or a woman that's just starting out, and they're like, I want to start with this theme that looks interesting, it looks kind of funky, and they don't have one of these. These sets don't come with them, and so they're gonna have to use the teeth. They're gonna have to use a knife, something to do to separate them. So this would have been fine. I think these are like $2, so it wouldn't have been like. I think maybe make the set $21, right? And then you include this. But the articulation is where it's weakest. As you can tell, it fell over. It has rotation up and down. The legs can kick, I guess, and they can go out. The arms also can go up and down, and then they can like kind of swing. The torso, oh my gosh, the torso just came up. The torso has a swivel, but they could have used a little more. What they could have done is they could have used these rounded pieces as the arms and have a hinge. So this could have been a hinge elbow. But you know, it's a fine little thing that you. Sorry about the popping. My pop filter is a little low. Sorry about that. But they could have used it could have used a little more articulation. I mean, it looks fine. Like when after you get it set up, as long as you don't touch it. As long as you don't touch it, it's fine. Right? but you don't want to. You don't really have a lot of movement choices, and the alternate builds were kind of meh, in my opinion. So there was either the gun or like a jetpack and some battle mode. I'm going to make sure I look at that. Yeah, it's a jetpack. So I'm gonna show you the art. So it was either the gun or a jetpack and like a visor, which I'm like, again, it's a starter set, so like it's not supposed to really do change a lot of stuff. But the Izzy, I feel like that's about the same as that Izzy and the Narwhal had, and that was like a $15 set. Again, also was a newer set, so they could have just realized that seemed a little weak. But I would say, yeah, like I said, 7 out of 10. It's worth the money if you want to get into Dreams and you kind of want to like introduce yourself to the character. But as far as like if you don't care about the theme or you're not curious or anything and you don't need like green parts or something. Also another thing is that all of the prints on them on Z-Blob is stickers. So that's take it or leave it. But yeah, I mean, you can skip this. It's not a must-have. You can skip this. But whatever your thoughts are, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section. And yeah, let me know what you think. Anyway, as always, you are worthy. You are loved. You can do wonderful things. We'll keep your star shining, and we'll always be looking for you in the night sky. Going off